Coming to you straight from Houston, Texas. Lysa Denae Live. Real talk for the real world.
Houston's own multimedia mogul, Lysa Tha Boss Lady, motivational speaker, travel agent, sales consultant for Bye Bye Belly, Betty.
This show was sponsored in part by Houston's own multimedia mogul, Lysa Tha Boss Lady, motivational speaker, travel agent, sales consultant for Bye Bye Belly, Bedroom Candy, and Candy Coated Cosmetics, and coming soon, the co-host of the hot new talk show, Love and Entrepreneurship. If you're looking to start a business or you just need some inspiration, contact Lysa Tha Boss Lady. It's time to boss up in 2021. Follow her on Facebook and Instagram at Lysa Tha Boss Lady or visit her website, LysaThaBossLady.com. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you.
We got a lot to talk about.
We do.
I'm here with the beautiful Lysa Tha Boss Lady. It's the Lysa Experience. How y'all doing? We are so happy to be here today. So, Lysa Tha Boss Lady, how was your week? How's things going for you?
Oh man, this week is amazing. Everything is starting to fall into place. I keep telling everybody 2021 is just the year for everybody to do everything and do it big.
Yes, do it big. Yes, that's my motto. You know, I say do the most.
Yes.
That's how I live my life. So anyway, you guys, we lost an icon this week, and I know we all know that the beautiful Cicely Tyson passed away this week. 96 years old. You can't make no complaints about that.
Right.
You can't really even shed a whole lot of tears behind that, because if you live to be 96,
right,
you lived a full life.
Absolutely. And she did everything all the way up to the end. Like she was still doing movies and appearances and everything. So big ups to Cicely Tyson.
Yes, and she was just a beautiful spirit, gave so much of herself to the culture and to the world. One thing I really love about her and what we've seen in the last few years with her is that people show love. You know, people show love. It wasn't like you wait till somebody die and show love.
Right.
In the last few years of her career, I mean, she got a lot of love shown to her from especially the Black community, and I think that's how we should always be with our stars and our celebrities, especially somebody like her. So we also celebrated one of our queens this week, the beautiful Oprah Winfrey, the queen of all media.
Yes.
Yes, you know, my mother, that I claim her as my mother. She doesn't know she has a long lost daughter named Lysa Denae. If she ever find out.
If she saw you, I'm pretty sure she would definitely claim you.
If she ever fall for it, she in trouble. But her pockets is long, so she gonna be all right. So happy birthday to Oprah. Who knows how old she is? I didn't even Google it or try to figure it out, but I always celebrate her birthday because I love me some Oprah Winfrey. International Holocaust Remembrance Day was this week. Now, a lot of people do not know a lot about the Holocaust. And I think if you learn about it, you would understand why we all need to be in remembrance of it.
Right.
Because 6 million people were killed in this horrific event just because of who they were, just because of their ethnicity. Mm-hmm. And that's something that, I mean, if Black people don't get mad about it, then who will? I mean, you know, we can relate like nobody else.
Absolutely.
To something like that. So we all want to, you know, remember that. When this comes around next year, I hope that more people acknowledge International Holocaust Remembrance Day. Light a candle, say a prayer, just be in remembrance of those souls that were lost. This week also marked the anniversary of the death of Kobe Bryant and his beautiful daughter Gianna, and all of the people that were on that flight with them. Now, you know, I've been dreading this week because I lost a friend. We both lost a friend this week. And we was both, I think everybody who knew him, and we're talking about Pastor Kenneth Toussaint, our friend. He was the board president of my nonprofit organization. He was murdered 2 days after Kobe Bryant was killed. And so I was like grieving Kobe Bryant. Everybody know I've been a Laker fan since I was probably 7 years old. So I love anybody who played on the Lakers, especially Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Magic Johnson. You know, those four, I really love them. But when Kobe Bryant died, I was really grieving him, you guys. And then one of my best friends passed away and was killed in his own home. And since then, I still cannot get past it. I cannot get over it. So it was kind of a hard week for me.
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely gone too soon. And I think that he was underestimated, because I just had began to find out, how amazing he was.
Yeah.
And the things that he did.
Yeah.
When he started rapping,
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh. He was just an amazing person, very inspirational, will always make you feel better. My niece, remember we did the teal lips and she brought her baby and he was just a baby and he loved him. He acted like that was his daddy. He held him the whole time.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, just he didn't even know my niece. And he just sat there and held her baby, played with him, entertained him and everything. He just had that essence that brought you to him, drew you to him.
He had a very loving spirit. He was a good guy. He was a really good man. And I think I learned so much from his passing because I just assumed he was going to be, around forever.
Right.
Pastor Ken.
Right.
Somebody when I need someone, when I don't want to vent. Pastor Ken, guess what? I just always felt like he was going to always be there.
Right.
And so what I learned from his passing, a very hard and painful lesson, is that you got to show love to people when they're in your presence, because the only thing you guaranteed of is this moment. That's it. We don't know if we're going to get a tomorrow with each other. So if you haven't learned that yet, please learn that in this year, because it is a very tough, it is a very painful lesson that I learned last year. So shout out to my friend Daphne, going on a better note. A more happy note of the Most Definitely show. She had me on her show this week, and it was such a blast. She's over in Germany, a Houstonian now living in Germany, and a lot of the people over there were tuned in. So I had a ball. That was really great. So you guys, please go follow her at the Most Definitely show on Facebook, and she's under Daphne Writes on Instagram. So today, you guys, I don't know about you, Lysa the Boss Lady. I don't know about y'all that's listening, but do you watch Black Ink?
I don't watch it.
OMG, so we cannot talk. So for the rest of y'all who do watch Black Ink, today is the grand opening of Black Ink Houston. So I am like over the moon because I love me some Caesar. Now I know he got a girlfriend. Yes, I know he got a girlfriend right now, but they ain't married. So I can lust as long as they're not married.
He was one of them.
Hey, Caesar.
He was one of Carly's string of boyfriends, right?
I don't know. I don't
think
know about the people he was associated with. I don't care about them.
Love and hip hop.
No,
for about a season, because he was
Really?
Carly's boyfriend.
I did not know that. Carly, ew. Anyway, I'm not going to charge that to you, Caesar. So Black Ink Houston is opening today, y'all.
Wow.
So if you watch Black Ink like me, you know this is big. Their event starts at 5 o'clock today. Head on over to there. Holla at your boy Caesar and tell him Lysa Denae and Summer Radio sent you. And ask him, how you doing, from Lysa Denae. Say, hey, how you doing, baby? Speaking of how you doing, tonight is the Wendy Williams movie on Lifetime. Are you going to be watching Lysa the Boss Lady?
You know what? I'm going to watch it because I need some entertainment.
Yes.
Because Lifetime, they're not nice to people.
No.
Oh, they went ahead and did the Salt and Pepper movie. I saw it. Oh, I didn't see it. I saw some of it last week.
Yeah.
Wow.
I saw little clips of it. I didn't watch it. I saw
Right.
clips of it, and I was not a fan of it.
Nobody
so,
was.
anyway, Spinderella was not either.
Right.
Anyway, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back. We got a whole lot to talk about, y'all. We'll be right back with a discussion with the Lysa Experience after this break. Are you looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle but have less than perfect credit? Look no further than Mi Amigo Motors, offering in-house financing to help you build or reestablish your credit. All vehicles are put through a multi-point inspection, and their award-winning customer service and on-site service center will make your buying experience stress-free. I know you got your stimulus check and it's tax refund season, so stop by Mi Amigo Motors today at 9729 Long Point Road or give them a call at 832-548-5927 to reserve your appointment for their VIP approval. Again, that's 832-548-5927. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you.
You guys coming back after the chef square?
If you're looking for healthy meal prep, family style meals, or catering for your next event, look no further than the East Traveling Square Kitchen with Chef Square Alan Phillips, specializing in soul food, family style dining, and southern flavor. Chef Square can adhere to dietary needs like keto and bariatric meal prep without compromising on taste. Take advantage of weekly meal plans like the starter pack, 5 meals for $75 with 3 entree choices. Additional meal plans and contact-free delivery is available. Contact Chef Square of the East Traveling Square Kitchen today at 832-495-8836 and tell them Stunner Radio sent you.
Since the boss lady is here as a special guest host, I'm going to let you pick our discussion. So this is what we have to choose from. The colorism debate with the artist Denae Lee. That's one. We can also talk about the trading being stopped by Robin Hood this week. Talk about the Wendy Williams story or the new shows coming to Stunner Radio. We're going to talk about that anyway. But those other two, what out of that would you like to talk about first, boss lady?
I definitely do want to talk about colorism because it is real.
It's very real. So the artist Denae Lee, if we can call her an artist, I ain't trying to throw no shade, but the shade has been tossed in your direction, Denae Lee.
I don't know who that is.
We can call her an artist. She's the baby's girlfriend. And I really think that's the only reason why she's relevant, because of the baby. But anyway.
He's not relevant.
Oh yeah, he's relevant. Hello. He's very relevant in my book. Hey, the baby, even though I'm old enough to be the mama. Holla at your girl if you want to know what a cougar do. But anyway, let's get back to the story at hand.
I'll be making an entanglement song.
Yes, Lord. Amen. Anyway, I've seen the hook. But let's get back to this. She made a song called Yellow Bone. And she was saying in the song, he wanted yellow bone. That's what he wanted. He wanted yellow bone.
See that.
Or was it red bone or yellow bone? I don't know. It's one of them bones.
I'm a yellow bone or something.
So we all know that his baby mama or his ex, or however she want to address herself, is like a chocolate girl. So how do we feel about this? Do we feel like it was an open assault on all other colors? Do we feel like it was a colorism?
I don't. As a yellow bone, I get the reverse colorism as well. You know, people have talked about me since I was a child and with my color, and a preference is a preference. Now, if she's saying, you know, something is wrong with, you know, darker skinned ladies or, you know, something like that, then yes, it's an assault. But if it's a preference, it's a preference. I think that we are taking the colorism thing too far on some instances, like on Facebook. I see all the time dark-skinned dudes put on their lotion like this, and they have like a picture of a dark-skinned guy bending over, putting on, you know, things like that. Light-skinned men take pictures like this, and, you know, stuff like that. I see that, and I think that's funny. That's not colorism. But when you're openly saying, like the honey hair guy was saying, that if it's not mixed, then I don't want it, and, you know, dark women are ugly, women that he's selling hair to, you know, saying that dark women are ugly and that, you know, mixed babies look better, light-skinned ladies look better, then that is colorism.
Well, if you just tuned in, we are talking about colorism and some of the controversy started by a song called Yellow Bone. Me personally, I think that it opens a discussion regarding colorism. I don't think her song itself was an example of colorism.
Right.
Because for one, it's just a song. And artists express their opinions in songs. So it's not like she's stating any facts. Clearly it's not a fact, because I'm sure he like all types, you know. He has a track record to prove that he can
Clearly,
get with all types.
Right, clearly.
So,
if he has a child with a chocolate lady.
Yes. Hey, Kimberly. So, you know, I don't think that her song in itself, but I'm glad the discussion was you know, open. And I don't think that people should be attacking her, because we all, you know, have experienced colorism. And I think that's the reason why it's even an issue. Because it triggers some people.
Definitely. And it is a conversation opener and a conversation starter. And it is a conversation that does need to be had, you know, because there is a big colorism thing. There is a light skin versus dark skin thing. But I do think that sometimes it's a little bit of a reach.
Well, I think, like I said, because it triggers people, because they know you can go back to your childhood and remember when somebody told you was too dark for something.
Right.
You know, I remember when people would say, you too dark to wear that color, or you too dark for that lipstick, or you too dark for this, too dark for that. I mean, that will make you feel some type of way.
Right.
It doesn't matter how old you are. You know, that's always something that you're going to remember. I remember being married very young, and when I first got married, I was 23 to my first husband. But anyway, when I first got married, I was 23, and I remember feeling like I was so dark. And when I looked at my wedding pictures, I was like, "Oh, I'm brown."
Right.
I had this impression that I was black. Like nothing against that, because when you hear that all your life, that's what you really think it is.
Really?
You really feel like you're really, really dark. If somebody tell you dark, you so dark. Black this and black that, sit your black tail down. Well, of course you're gonna feel like I'm black as tar. I mean,
I can get it. I never took it that way. Like I'm the lighter one of my sisters, and I've always been, the sunflower, the yellow bone, the Oreo, the mocha honeys, all those nice little names that they call me, even my sister. And I never even saw myself as that light. This year, I'm like, oh, I'm pretty light. I'm pretty light skinned. I never really saw that I was that light skinned. I mean, of course I'm light skinned. I'm not gonna even pretend that I'm not, but I never saw myself as that, what I was called.
Mm-hmm.
But people's perception what people say does kind of alter your perception sometimes. Sometimes
it does. It definitely does, because I had to even now when I go buy makeup, I have to ask for help because I always buy it too dark. Always buy it too dark. If I ever have a man in my life, they always, when I take off my makeup, oh my God, your face is so bright. And I just be thinking, oh, I must got my makeup too dark. I always got to get help from the sales lady, because I was just used to looking at myself as a different shade than what I am. So I understand colorism is a big issue in our community. I just don't think that it was an issue in that song. So moving on to the next topic, Wendy Williams is talking a lot about her personal business, even before the movie aired.
How you doing?
Okay. So she was on several media outlets this week talking about she had a one-night stand with Method Man. Now I want the details. So I'm just trying to tell you, because watching him on Power Book 2, Ghost, ooh, he fine. Okay.
Look, I'm just very upset with Method Man. Just for that. I'm very upset about that. Because just like Lauren London with Lil Wayne, you take chances when you do things like that.
First of all, Wendy Williams was fine before she started messing with her face and body. Wendy Williams was fine.
I don't remember.
She was a thick girl. She had a very, very beautiful face. She was fine to me. I thought she looked amazing. So she's talking about back in the day when she was fine, Wendy.
Oh, okay.
Not scary man. Wendy that we see now.
You good, man.
Sometimes she looks scary, and I like Wendy, but sometimes
she does look scary sometimes.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think it's the work that she's had done. I think it's the drugs. I think it's all of that.
Yeah, I think that definitely has a role in it. I want to read some of these comments. Hey, Kimberly Green, she said, she's talking about the colorism. She said, triggers us mothers of dark-skinned children also, hearing the stories of having to console our children, especially the girls.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and that's sad. That is very sad when you have to console your child because somebody called them black.
That's true.
Somebody called you black.
My stepdaughters are chocolate ladies. And my stepdaughter Zaria, she's like really, really chocolate. She's like really dark. Her skin is the most beautiful skin I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, she is beautiful.
The softest, beautiful skin. I hope that that these moms and these dads and everybody are telling these dark ladies how beautiful their skin is. And another thing about dark skinned ladies, their teeth are always white and their skin is always the softest that I've ever seen. I've never seen a dark skinned lady without soft skin.
You ain't looked hard enough. I'm just saying. I got some in my family. How y'all doing? Hey, what's poppin'? But everybody don't got that soft skin. But I'm just saying, that melanin will do something for your skin, though. Mm-hmm. It will. They have a great deal of it. But I agree when you're talking about the mother of a dark-skinned child, because when she said that, I didn't even remember, but it just sent me back to a memory of when my son Gus was in the hospital when he had cancer. And they was trying to put an IV in him. And the nurse had the nerve to say, he's too dark. I can't see his vein. And I was like, well, haven't you been trained to find a vein without necessarily seeing a vein?
Oh,
so if you haven't been trained to find a vein, then I'm going to need you to get somebody else in here.
They would have needed to get somebody else in there anyway.
He's too dark. I can't see his veins. I was just like, girl.
Okay, you're too stupid. I can't see you in my room.
Girl. Because my son was in the bed sick, I didn't bring that south side out. But she didn't even much know. And I am from the West Side. Hey, y'all. They be like, she always on the South Side Chicago, and she from the West Side. Quit the cap. Okay, sorry about that. West Side worse though. Y'all already know. But anyway, plus I lived on both of those sides, so how y'all doing? Anyway, it does make you feel a certain type of way being a parent of a dark-skinned child because you know they're gonna experience some type of colorism. But at the same time, in the world we live in, being a parent, period. I mean, if your child is part of LGBTQ community, if your child is overweight, if your child is light or dark or whatever the case may be, you got to protect them from ignorant people. Mm-hmm. So, you know, that's just the way of the world. Getting back to Miss Wendy Williams. I am excited. I hope that you all watch so we can talk about it again next week. I want to hear all the details. She goes into detail about her husband cheating on her and having a baby on her. Oh my God. And I ain't mad at her. I would do the same thing. Since you want to be out here parading with this woman and her child, your new baby, I'm going to tell the real deal. I'm going to tell the real story, how you pay for all her luxurious stuff with my money. Uh-oh. And she's telling all of it. She's spilling all the tea.
I don't like that.
And I'm ready to sip it up. I'm in for it. I'm here for it.
Yes, I am definitely
I want to hear all of it. So we're going to talk real quickly about the trading situation because I do have some stocks myself in AMC. I was just like not knowing what was going on. So I kind of missed the whole frenzy of it all. But apparently this group on Reddit got together to buy some stocks in AMC and primarily GameStop this week. And some people made a lot of money. Mm-hmm. But some of these bigger companies lost a lot of money. Some of these big hedge fund managers lost a lot of money. So did you hear anything about this, Boss Lady? And how do you feel about it?
I briefly heard a little bit about how they stopped people from, doing stuff. And I have some very belligerent friends who had a lot to say about it. And that's really how I saw it. Shout out, Josh. and I think that it is really sad that they would go to those types of lengths. And I think that people need to pay attention because one thing that is big with me is ethics and work ethic and business ethic and how you, conduct yourself. And if these, big corporations are doing things like that, then people need to start spending their money elsewhere.
Right, absolutely, because they want to have this boys club where only we can do this, only we can make this kind of money, only we can do this kind of trading. And they got their bubble burst this week by some regular, ordinary people who were like, we want a piece of the pie.
Absolutely.
And you cannot tell people for years and years and years, sell us a bill of goods about the American dream, and we Americans, and at some point we're going to say, where mine at? And that's what happened this week. And it was shown. Now they want to try to rework things. And now they want to try to examine the rules and let's keep a close eye on this. It just shows you that sometimes people put things in place only for them. And they want to keep it only for them. It reminds me of, my mind goes back to the whole Bernie Madoff thing. You guys should have been looking at things then. You guys should have been trying to put better things in place then. This man was taking people's money since the 70s and only got found out when he got found out, like 20 some years later, after he took millions of dollars from people. So, I mean, I think it's a great thing. Shout out to all the people on Reddit who got together and made a little change this week. I ain't mad at you. I mean, I don't have that much stock. So I was just like, let's see what it do. But, since then I've been having my eyes on it. Like, come on, AMC.
Absolutely.
Come on, AMC.
I'm gonna buy some more stock in Carnival and definitely Royal Caribbean. And so right now, while it's where it is, because I'm gonna say probably next year it's gonna go up.
Yeah, it probably will go up next year when travel gets a little more back into the swing of things. Let me just say this to y'all. I was thinking about this whole thing with these people getting together with this failing stock and the stock that was doing bad and saying to themselves, let's boost it up. And then we're going to make some money off of it. And then they're going to do, kind of well. They're going to recover. Mm-hmm. So I just want to put this in your ear, a little bug in your ear. Why don't we do that with each other? Why don't we look at somebody whose stock is low and say, my girl got 300 followers on Instagram. Let's blow her up this week. Why not? Because why don't we do that with each other? Why don't we raise your stock?
We're too afraid. Some people always think that just because you light somebody else's candle, yours is going to go out. Your flame does not burn any less bright when you light someone else's candle.
Yeah, it doesn't. You're right. And then if you're their friend and they shining, you get some shine too. You're their friend.
Absolutely.
And even if you don't, you should at least just be happy for them. So hopefully, let's try that, you guys. Let's get together and decide who are we gonna boost up this week? Whose stock are we gonna increase this week? We all have the power to do it.
Right.
If you didn't learn anything from that situation, you learned that power is in the people.
Absolutely.
And the strength really is in numbers. So let's send some numbers over to Stunner Radio. Let's send some numbers to Lysa Tha Boss Lady, Latriva Denae. Let's send some numbers over to people who need some more followers. Yeah, girl, Lysa Denae definitely needs some. And I need some who gonna make orders. Hey, how y'all doing? People who looking for products that I have to offer. So boost up each other's stock. That's my take on that. Before we move on, I want to mention that we got some new shows coming to Stunner Radio. Lysa Tha Boss Lady can elaborate on what?
Lysa Tha Boss Lady and Chef Square are launching Love and Entrepreneurship on Love Day because I know that it's a relevant issue. I know that dating and entrepreneurship is relevant. I know that love and entrepreneurship is relevant, and we make it look really easy, but it is not. So we definitely want to talk to you guys about that. We want to talk to you guys about how we make it look easy and how we make it work, period. And so I'm super, super excited about that. We're super excited about joining Stunner Radio, and we're super excited about trying to get some dating events for entrepreneurs together.
For entrepreneurs, really, because entrepreneurs need a certain type of person to date.
Yes.
I know this because some people feel like, it's glamorous to be an entrepreneur. It's not. You never stop working. You're working all the time. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you'd rather just clock in somewhere and clock out.
Yes.
Because as an entrepreneur, you never clock out. And when you deal with somebody and you're in a relationship, they have to know that. And so I'm looking forward to the show. I want to see how it works for them, how they make it work. Because I done tried a couple times. It ain't worked for me. I'm just saying. Perhaps I had the wrong mates. I don't know. Or perhaps we didn't have the techniques that Lysa Tha Boss Lady and Chef Square have. So if you're an entrepreneur or if you're interested in an entrepreneur, check out the show. It is premiering on Valentine's Day, February 14th at 3:00 p.m. on stunnerradio.com. I'm super excited. They're going to be also interviewing other entrepreneurs.
Yes. So other people that we that are making it work, we're going to interview them because maybe they're doing something different than we are, and we can pull our tips all together and help everybody.
And we have one, and that I'm looking forward to that. Before we go, because we're running short, we have another show, The Recipe with Dr. Stephanie Finney. Now, I'm looking forward to this because she's giving you all the ingredients to live your best life. And that is starting on Thursday this week, Thursday, February 4th. On stunnerradio.com. So check it out, The Recipe with Dr. Stephanie Finney. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with the top 5 fails of the week.
Attention all divas, fashionistas, and ladies of style and sophistication. Lysa Denae's Diva Den is now open for your online shopping pleasure. We offer custom designs created exclusively for the Diva Den, including our Queen collection, specifically designed with you in mind. Choose from tees, tanks, hoodies, leggings, face masks, and home decor. Tired of those cookie cutter looks and boring styling options? The Diva Den can help you get your shine on. Visit us today at www.lysadenae.com/Diva-Den and tell them Stunner Radio sent you.
All right, it's the top 5 fails of the week right here on Lysa Denae Live. And I'm just going to say this. I want to spend a little bit of time on one of these fails. I think a couple of them. We're going to spend a little time more than we normally do. The number 5, the top 5 fails of the week. I don't know if you watched Bridgerton. Have you watched that on Netflix, Lysa Tha Boss Lady?
I have not watched it. I've seen people talk about it.
Oh, man. Well, then you cannot talk about this fail. One of the fails for the top 5 fails of the week is something that one of my friends brought to my attention. It's a technical rape scene. Because technically, there was a rape that occurred in Bridgerton. Now, I was like, what? I done watched the show, the whole series twice. What you talking about? My friend brought it to my attention. And I hate to spoil it for people who have not seen the series, but there is a scene in the show where the female lead character, during an encounter, a sexual encounter, does something against the consent of the male character. Now, had the roles been reversed, I would have picked up on it. But I didn't even pick up. I knew it was against his consent. I knew because I knew the situation. So I knew that he did not want to do what she ultimately did. And so I was like, oh my God, how did I miss that? And I think it's a fail because it's not only a fail on them, but it's a fail on our society that unless it's happening to a woman, it seems like we don't see it. Lysa the Boss Lady, check right in.
I'm trying to figure out what movie it was that she did, because I didn't see it. I don't watch it. So I'm like in my head really trying to figure out what she could have done that would have been against his will. But my thing is this, just like you said, if it's something that he is obviously against and she did it anyway, then I do think that is absolutely right. Period. Point blank, period. And I believe that there's about to be a law passed that a woman can say no during and it still be rape.
Well, that's already the legal terminology. You can already, press charges for that, because at any point in the encounter, if you change your mind, that's male or female, they have to stop at any point in the encounter. I don't care if it's almost over. It's kind of like, if somebody say, like back in the day when Burger King say have it your way, I don't care if you finished the Whopper, you take it back up there and say what I said I wanted, and it's a corner left on it. They're gonna fix it and give you the right sandwich. It's kind of like that. I don't care when in the encounter you don't want to do something. That's when the person should stop. And that did not happen on Bridgerton, y'all. So not only did they fail, but we failed because we missed it. Now everybody didn't miss it because my friend told me about it, and I was like, wow, I watched it. I sat there and I did not see how wrong it was for this character. Did you watch Bridgerton? For this character to do something outside of the consent of her partner. And if that was a female, we would have picked up on that. So that's a fail on our part. Now that's number 5 on my list of the top 5 fails of the week. We got to do better at recognizing this stuff, male or female. Number 4, health experts are saying that the new variants of COVID-19 are much more contagious, and they're encouraging us to wear 2 masks. Can y'all believe it?
Yeah, I did
2
see
masks.
That. I did see that.
OMG. Now, I mean, I don't know if 2 masks is going to help y'all, but I'm encouraging y'all to stay 12 feet away from me now. Since you say 2 masks, I'm going to double that 6 feet. Right. Let's make it 12.
Right.
And, I think that what we need to understand is that this stuff is going to be with us. It's just going to be here. We are going to be wearing masks for a while. We're going to be social distancing for a while. So that's number 4. Number 3, Robinhood and TD Ameritrade restricted the ability to trade for GameStop and AMC stocks after the Reddit GameStop stock battle. So that is a legendary stock battle that's going to go down in the history of the United States finance. We're all going to be talking about it, and I'm sure it's going to show up on an episode of Billions. If y'all don't watch Billions, y'all missing out. So holla at your girl if you do. Number 2 on my top 5 fails of the week. 6 people, now this is a pretty serious one. 6 people are dead, and many others were injured due to a liquid nitrogen leak at a Georgia chicken processing plant. Now, this is really sad. This is a sad story because these people went to work. So that's basically it. They went to work. And in these times when people are trying to feed their families, trying to stay afloat, this is not the type of incident that you want to read about.
Absolutely.
People going to work, and because of an liquid nitrogen leak at their plant, 6 people were killed, and at least 4 firefighters were injured due to this, trying to respond to this incident. So, shout out to those people. Let's pray for their families and keep that in mind. I hope that there's some type of investigation that will follow this, because when I saw this story, it really broke my heart. That's why I added it to the list of fails. These workplaces have to be sure that they are safe for their employees to come to work. Nobody wants to have to go to work and be killed by the negligence or oversight of somebody at their job. So that's number 2. Number 1 is a little bit similar, and it's another sad case. It is 6 more Houston police officers have been charged in the Harding Street raid. Now, I don't know if you guys have been following this, but here in Houston, Texas, we are all familiar with the Harding Street raid. And I just have to say this, because I know people say I make everything about race, but America have already made everything about race before I was even born. So anyway, if these people was black, we would have tore this city up, because what happened to them was wrong. What happened to them was wrong, period, and point blank. Officers are being charged with murder. 2 officers at this point have been indicted, and other officers are being charged with falsifying records. There is a whole serious thing of corruption going on with the Houston Police Department behind this Harding Street raid. And that's why they're number one on my top 5 fails of the week. Because if you cannot trust your law enforcement, these were 2 older people. And just because they were white, it is not a national story. It is not, people protesting. And I don't think that's right either, because I think we should be outraged about any type of injustice. Because I can guarantee you, if these was black people, you already know, we would tore this city up because it was not right what happened to them. And that should not be the case. This should not be right no matter who it happens to. So I hope that the Houston Police Department cleans their act up. I hope they get rid of these officers. I hope that they are prosecuted to the full extent of the law. And I also hope that all these other cities take note and prosecute officers when they do this. That is my number 1 for the top 5 fails of the week. Now, I don't like to end my show on a bad note. I don't like end up preaching to y'all. So we're going to come back after this break with the top 5 wins of the week. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
This show is sponsored in part by Houston's own multimedia mogul, Lysa Tha Boss Lady, motivational speaker, travel agent, sales consultant for Bye Bye Belly, Bedroom Candy, and Candy Coated Cosmetics, and coming soon, the co-host of the hot new talk show, Love and Entrepreneurship. If you're looking to start a business or you just need some inspiration, contact Lysa Tha Boss Lady. It's time to boss up in 2021. Follow her on Facebook and Instagram at Lysa Tha Boss Lady, or visit her website, LysaThaBossLady.com. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you.
5 wins of the week on Lysa Denae Live. Real talk for the real world.
All right, we are back with the top 5 wins of the week. Number 5, our girl Amanda Gorman, that we talked about last week, is going to be the first poet to ever perform at the Super Bowl, during a Super Bowl. How do y'all feel about that? I think it's kind of cool. I think it's interesting. It's the American way. Once people like you, everybody like you. So now she's going to be performing at the Super Bowl. I think it's great. She's going to be the only poet, the first poet to ever do that. So, hey, shout out to Amanda Gorman. She's gotten a lot of things for her this week. We saw a lot of, just people noticing her, signing a modeling contract. All of her books that she has written has been bestsellers. So this is big. Number 4, my top 5 wins of the week. President Biden signed an order to end federally run private prisons. That means that the Department of Correction, the U.S. Department of Justice, has to decline new contracts with for-profit prisons. This is a good thing, y'all. This is why this is a win, because anytime locking people up is profitable, that's a bad thing. It's already profitable for publicly owned prisons, but for private owned prisons, they turn locking people up into a business, and all that mattered was the bottom line. So if they have empty beds, somebody got to go arrest somebody. We got to fill these beds in these privately run prisons. So federal prisons, so the federal government will no longer contract with privately run prisons. This is good. This is a step in the right direction. This will not end the problem of this justice system, but this is a step in the right direction. And that's why that is number 4. Number 3, Bridgerton, that we talked about in the fails list, is the best series and the biggest series ever for Netflix. Now, I'm happy about that because it was really a good show. Shonda Rhimes is behind it. She's associated with it, and we all love her. It is huge for Netflix. So hopefully it'll open the door for other Black creators with Netflix. Number 2 on my list of top 5 wins of the week. This is a really good one. The charcoal company Kingsford has created a new fellowship program to honor the contributions of Black Americans that have made to the legacy of barbecue. Now that's big, y'all, because, we make contributions all over the place, but we don't always get recognized for it. So shout out to Kingsford, who's recognizing that Black people put barbecue on the map. I don't care what y'all say down here in Texas. Black people be barbecuing. Now, okay?
Well, Chef Square's barbecuing.
Okay? Chef Square already know. And in the Midwest, we barbecue whether it's rain, hail, sleet, or snow. Be out there on that grill. So if you are aspiring pitmaster, go to the website for Kingsford, check it out, because you will be presented with an opportunity to train and network with some of the biggest pitmasters in the United States and given a financial fellowship. So that is really big. Way to go to Kingsford. Number 1 on my top 5 wins of the week, President Biden signed a presidential memorandum to reverse restrictions on abortion access domestically and abroad that was imposed and expanded by the Trump administration. Now, let me just say this. A lot of people didn't even know that these restrictions were expanded. And I've always had a problem with men making laws for women's bodies that they can never experience, things that they can never experience, like childbirth and pregnancy. So this is a win for us, even though I'm not in the market for an abortion. But God knows if I ended up pregnant at 48, hello. I don't advocate for nothing, but I would be looking at my options. So I don't think that options should be taken away from anyone. So I think this is a win for us. What do you think, Boss Lady?
I do think that it's a win simply because the majority of people who were against Biden for that exact reason, because they're pro-life. And to me, I don't judge anybody and I don't knock anybody for what you believe in. I don't personally believe in abortion. I wouldn't go out there and get one, but I also believe in minding my own vagina. So if it's not mine, then I'm not going to tell you what to do with it.
Right. And I think I'm pro-life too, but I'm also pro-choice. I'm more pro-choice than anything because you should never legislate what a person is able to do with their body. Absolutely. That shouldn't be up to legislative control because, you're not worrying about what they're doing before the child is conceived. Let's see some laws in place for that. And let's get that more intact.
All you pro-lifers, are you on the adoption list?
Right. Or even fostering. Or even making sure these kids can eat once they get here.
Absolutely.
These same people oppose the increase in minimum wage. Like, the fact that they're even arguing about minimum wage is ridiculous.
Well, my thing is, what's next? If you tell me that I can't do something with my vagina that you have nothing to do with, then what are you going to tell me I can't do something with the next? Are you going to tell me I can't braid my hair? Are you going to tell me I can't get a nose ring?
Of course. Yeah, I'm going to tell you that none of that is good for you. It's bad for your health, and we don't want you to do it. So yes, that is the reason why I put it as number one for our win. So we will be right back after this break, and we're going to do a wrap up for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be right back. If you're looking for a keynote speaker for your next
event, look no further than Miss Mimi of Mimi Speaks, specializing in panel discussions, women's luncheons and conferences, and fashion shows and trade shows. Miss Mimi brings her unique blend of experience and training to make a lasting impression on your guests and clients. With powerful, engaging, thought-provoking topics and presentations, Miss Mimi will provide your guests with meaningful takeaways and life-changing revelations. Also available for red carpet interviews and premieres. Email us today at iammissmimi@gmail.com for booking information. That's iammissmeme@gmail.com. If you're looking,
show your love for and all those who value diversity.
5, 4,
is the
3,
heart and
2.
soul of the culture.
Welcome back to the Lysa Denae Live Lysa Experience.
Yeah,
I am Lysa Tha Boss Lady with your boss up tip for the week. Everybody wants to be a boss, but you have to pay the cost to be the boss. Every time I post on my social media that I just got paid again for something that I did one time, everybody's like, "Oh, I want to see your check. I want to see what the amount is." If you don't grind like I grind, your check will not match my check.
Right.
So my boss up tip for you is you need to make sure that you treat your business like a business, or it will pay you like a hobby.
Oh, that's a good boss up tip, Boss Lady, because hobbies don't really pay.
No, they don't. They're just for fun, and that's it. So if you're going and working 8 to 5 to build somebody else's empire, but you're not coming home from 5 to 9 to build your own, then it's not going to pay you like your 8 to 5 pays that other person you're building it for.
That's right. That's big. I hope you guys are listening for that boss up tip of the week. That's really good. Before we leave you, I'm gonna leave you with something that I learned this week that I think most people don't know. So we like to educate on these things in life. I learned that Hello Kitty is not a cat. Did you know that?
No, I do not.
I did not know that either.
Well, what is Hello Kitty?
All these years, I'm looking at Hello Kitty and I'm thinking it's a little kitty. It's a cat. her name is Kitty. But according to the creator, Hello Kitty is not a cat. This is a quote from her, the creator of Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty is a cheerful and happy little girl with a heart of gold. That is from the brand owner Sanrio's website. So you guys, that's the question.
Why does she have pointy ears? And
but she's a little girl. So if you all thought,
here though,
if you thought Hello Kitty was a cat, you learned today that Hello Kitty is a cheerful little girl.
Okay. All right. Well, hello, Kitty.
Hello, Kitty. So you always learn something on Lysa Tha Live. And I think we all know about Boo Boo Kitty. I miss Boo Boo Kitty.
I miss Boo Boo Kitty too. She's cute.
Boo Boo Kitty is cute. But we learned about Hello Kitty today. It's not a cat. Boss Lady, can you leave us with some words of inspiration before we go?
2021, y'all, is upon us, and I think that we should definitely not let it pass by. If there's anything that you ever thought you wanted to do, anything you had an inclination to do it. Don't prepare, overthink, drag it out. Just do it. You have no idea how long you have to do it.
That's good. That's really good. Just do it. Just figure it out as you go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the best way to do anything anyways. When we're having a business, that is the majority of what we're doing anyway.
Real talk.
Trial and error.
Especially now in the age of technology, everything changed so fast anyway. So just figure it out as you go. Just jump. Just go on and launch out into the deep. My tip for this week, you guys, my words of inspiration. It may not sound like inspiration, but trust me, it is. When you think about it, when you squint real hard and think about it, you'll realize that I'm trying to inspire you. So my words of inspiration goes out specifically to men this week. If you cannot handle a baller, okay, if you can't handle a woman that got her stuff together, don't interrupt her grinding, okay? Do not disturb her groove because she ain't got time. She ain't even much got time. I'm just saying.
That's a word.
Walk on by.
That's a word.
Yes, go play with some children.
Yes.
But do not play with a boss lady. That's my inspiration for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we will see you next week. Y'all be blessed.
I'm gonna argue with this girl and I'm gonna put deuces up. Like,
girl,
my
TV,
Eastern
right,
Star stuff,
TV is on demand.
everything.
TV is on demand.
So at the bottom, let me see. I have you coming back into what's the tea?
I do have a tea.
Okay.
What the chief police? Did you hear that? Did y'all hear about that?
No.
There's a city called Denae in Texas, and the police chief was living a double, triple, quadruple 15 life. He had a fiance, another fiance, 2 wives, and 15 girlfriends.
Oh, holla at your girl.
Okay,
He sound like my type.
He's white,
Okay.
and he's the chief of police, and he